Pokémon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are some of my favorite games. As far as remakes go, these have some of the most significant changes. And of course I've got a personal connection to these games, which I've discussed in the past. And in order to build up the hype for these games, an animated trailer was released. I talked about the Black 2 and White 2 animated trailer a few weeks ago. It's one of the best pieces of Pokemon animation and is practically an animated short rather than a trailer. But how does the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire trailer hold up? Well, it starts off great. Very simple, just like the opening movie for the Hoenn games. Even using the same music. Trico wakes up Brendan, which I really love because it shows off Pokemon being really friendly with their trainers. We also see this as May is outside playing with Mudkip and Torchic. And of course the scene is just too cute ooh-woo with how Torchic freaks out when it almost gets wet. Brendan joins May outside, and the beginning for the animated trailer is overall a lot more humble. But this fits Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, as you begin in the small secluded town of Little Root before heading off into adventure. Some points I went into a bit more detail in my Gen 3 music video. It's also nice seeing Brendan and May interact with each other in an animated medium. We get a sense that they're neighbors and good friends. There's also voice acting in this trailer, so it further contributes to it feeling more like an anime. It transitions to a battle between Brendan and a youngster, which starts off more of the action part of this trailer. The animation is phenomenal, both Trico and Zigzagoon moving so fluidly. But unfortunately, it also starts off the worst part of the trailer. There is a narrator that lists off all the starter Pokemon and continues talking for pretty much the rest of the trailer. I think this was really unnecessary and it breaks the immersion, making it feel like we're watching a commercial, which, technically we are. But realistically, if the narrator were removed, the information could still be figured out by the viewer, especially since these games are remakes. But visually, it continues to be great. We follow May into the Petalburg Woods and then as she battles Roxanne. And while this battle is short and serves mostly as a transition, it's still awesome. Then comes a montage of all the starter evolutions, which breaks the immersion yet again. Though I love how the final evolutions interact with Brendan and May. They're still their best friends and you can kind of see a bit of Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip still in them despite their fact that they're giant. And as their mega evolutions are shown off, that then leads into definitively the worst part of the trailer, as the narrator proceeds to list off every single new mega evolution that was introduced for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Again, this is still some of the most beautiful animation in an official Pokemon project. I love that each new Pokemon interacts with another in a battle or something similar, but the pacing is just not right. The interaction between Mega Slowbro and Mega Sharpedo is fun as an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. And Mega Lopunny and Mega Sablei's battle is fun also, both being some of my favorite Mega Evolutions. And when the Fairy-type Mega Evolutions come around, it at least brings us back into focus with May, who is participating in a Pokemon contest. And it serves as yet another transition into the battle between Brendan and Steven, until they both are shown riding on the backs of Mega Latios and Mega Latias. And again, it brings everything together in this cool, fun adventure of Hoenn, which is something I really love. But then we take one more detour into the legendary Pokemon to cap off the Mega Evolution portion of this trailer, which lasts about 2 minutes of this 4-minute trailer. That's a whole half dedicated to showing off the Mega Evolutions, which genuinely could have been covered in their own gameplay trailers. In fact, they were. On its own, it's fine, but when you compare it to the previous animated trailer, which is practically a full animated short, being 2 minutes longer and spending more time showing us new scenarios fully imagined in animation, it is a significant step down. And it's kind of a shame. With these games being remakes, a full animated short would have been a great way to portray the Hoenn adventure. People who played the original games know how the story goes, so they would appreciate seeing it fully realized. And people new to Hoenn would still be able to enjoy it, and might even have their curiosity sparked even more so. Especially if we were shown moments with some of the other gym leaders, confrontations with the evil team, and maybe even some hints toward the Delta episode, showing off that this game would be different. The biggest problem is that this trailer is presented as informational, and the information it brings was already shown off elsewhere. But it's still a piece of animation that I genuinely love so much. The little it shows perfectly captures the adventure of Hoenn, and brings it to life in a new way. Watching this for the first time years ago, I still got excited because I knew what was waiting for me, but at the same time I could never really expect that these would end up being some of my favorite Pokemon games. And even though it's not as great as it could be, overall, this is why I love the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire animated trailer. But anyway, hey, this is GatorEX, and let me know what you think. Have you seen this animated trailer? Again, it's just right here on YouTube. It's a pretty cool one. Again, you know, not the best, and I after editing, I feel like maybe I came off a little too ranty in what I had scripted, but like I still like it. I still enjoy it. I just really wish it would have been the best that it could have been. But you know, regardless, it's cool. I love Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Again, some of my favorite games, and so I mean, I just love seeing everything represented this way. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Would you love to see more animated trailers? What's a game, a Pokemon game, that you would have loved to see an animated trailer for? And if you'd like to see me continue discussing, I think there's like a few more, not for the main series games though. I think all mostly spin-offs at this point, but let me know if that's something you'd like to see. If you enjoyed the content, remember to leave a like and subscribe to show your support. You can enable notifications by clicking that bell icon next to the subscribe button. This will make sure you see each new video as it comes out and will make you a member of that Chingling squad. Anyway, this has been GatorEX. Have a nice day.